What's up, guys? Events Writer here, and yeah, welcome to B-Boy Discussions. I don't know, just giving you the news, just giving you what it is. I got some break beats in the background. Hope you can hear it. It's the Red Bull break beats. Yep, of course it is. And yeah, just want to talk about some stuff that I noticed within the breaking community. I've been getting back to doing B-Boy commentaries, which is fun, and because of I discovered OBS, and it's more convenient to actually get me to just do more of these b-boy commentaries that I used to do like years ago, and pretty much that's what I've been busy with. um Also, I've been busy with a bunch of stuff like finals and all that, but I want to talk about stuff here. As you see on the screen, we got some big news within the breaking community that is going down, and stuff that I want to share, especially upcoming like events and stuff like that. Even though I'm not big enough, I'm just here to give you the big hitters, okay? One of those big hitters is, of course, when it comes to my love for breaking, is also has really branched out with between my love for also the sneaker culture, which is something that I also in some cases develop as I really move on within breaking, as I develop a love for it because of how big breaking is getting. It's getting to that point where it's slowly emerging into like bigger, probably in the same level as skateboarding, probably, because of the Olympics, because of these sponsorships, these big brands, and these b-boys and b-girls that are beginning to be high level, and especially when it comes down to sponsorships and also the wins that they're getting, just the level of skill. And yeah, that's just what I want to bring up. But let's get through the list. Let's just share this real quick. I just hit 6K, by the way, on my main channel, so that's pretty good. It was really quick. And also, yeah, I'm about to talk about a couple of events and stuff that, hopefully I don't mix in with anything else. I mean, as you see in the screen, I got Nike related, stuff, and also some shoes here. It's because that Nike itself is beginning to be emerging in the dance culture. Now, necessarily, yeah, you got some b-boys and b-girls that are sponsored by Nike. You got G-Lu, Kid Karam, and a good amount that is somewhat like beginning to be somewhat involved with Nike. I'm picturing like Ami or Shigekix that is beginning to be put with Nike. But that's going to be something I'm going to be talking about later. Also, Algori. Want to talk about that. And I didn't put a poster of Algori World Battle for no reason. The reason why I put it there is because I kind of want to talk about something that happened between them. And Rock Force as well. Inside the circle, Vans, sorry Nike, but I'm Vans all day, I love me Vans, okay? Anyways, let's get into this, and let's start with We Got the Flower. It was a dope event. I did a commentary of it. Definitely check that out on my channel. It was actually one of the first videos that I used the OBS recording to get back with b-boy commentaries. So that was dope. And it was a nice event. Very, of course, We Got the Flowers known for its artistic, very like immersive spirituality, whatever. There's some b-boys or b-girls, at least that are from Europe. They're really kind of like just immersed into that spiritual yoga-ish, whatever it is, like kind of sentimentality culture. Like it's all about the spirit, it's all about the nature. I'm telling you something. I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. But like I think I do notice that, especially I think there's like certain areas in Europe where it has that kind of community. The same thing here in California. We have it like in San Diego, and probably in the grass areas in like San Francisco. I'm not saying that they're hippies, but man, could have fooled me. But honestly, I think from We Got the Flower, it really immersed into that. It's a mixture of experimental kind of dance itself with breaking in the breaking community altogether, which is pretty dope. I kind of like it. It's always interesting just to check it out. I feel like one of the battles kind of carry on a little bit, too far with just the amount of rounds and stuff like that. And that's the one thing I like. Especially BC1. I guess what makes it fresh is that you have certain limit time, or you have only a few rounds, because of course it's a solo battle, so you only have like 3 or 2 rounds within these battles. So it becomes more fresh and sustainable when it actually does go into the floor, at least the way I see it. But it's not really much sustainable when you go into rounds on rounds on rounds, and it gets kind of like saturated and stuff like that. At least that's my issue when it comes to certain b-boy battles. And We Got the Flower is no different. I mean, it was pretty dope, the music and everything. Seeing Pack again, That was dope. Seeing Create, which from Kazakhstan, Bboy Create. I didn't know that he created Stepix. That was another factoid that I did not know about him. I was always wondering, like, why do I keep seeing him around Stepix ad? The floor that is basically for breaking and designed for the B-boy culture, which is dope. They got sponsors like sponsored athletes from Stepix, which is Create's brand, which I didn't know, like Snap One, Alaska all day, winning at these USA Breaking for Gold events. And also Wolfer with that commercial he did. That was dope, just to see. But yeah, we got the flower. Not bad event and everything. And pretty much Poe is there. Seeing Poe again, that was that's just like a big inspiration. Poe one, just hearing him talk is like his sense of mentorship and just the way he preaches, like, or really shares of like what he been through as a b-boy is very inspiring. And yeah, that's just what I want to share. Especially they did the I saw the footwork battles. I saw, especially seeing Peaky Rock. That was dope. He represents Tunisia now instead of France, which is interesting. I mean, I bet he still represents France in some ways. But Peaky Rock, he's kind of like this MCK style with his top rock and up rock, which is known for. And yeah, he was killing it at the footwork battles, at the top rock battles. He's going in, and pretty much for the footwork, it's always like nerve wracking whenever I see footwork battles because I'm kind of like worried if they ever get into this like ever get into the moment that they kind of screw up and it turns into a freeze or a power, like they sometimes it's always muscle memory that you can't help yourself, but it was dope to see. And yeah, definitely check out the battles and also check out my commentary, even though it wasn't that good, because I was still learning how to use the OBS and still fixing things. It was a very smaller screen to actually see it, so I recommend seeing it in a bigger screen because it was very small enough to see the whole battle. I was commentating some b-boys or b-girls that are from Spain, I guess, or in Hispanic countries, going up against a Sweet Technique, and also flip side, or it's like mixture of flip side and Sweet Technique. I feel like Stripe should definitely just join Sweet Technique, like just F it. Like, why you are you dragging this long? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Also, I wish I would hear him talk. Like, I never heard Stripes talk. That was one of the b-boys. He's also known for that. Like, damn, he's so silent. Like, you just never hear his voice. I'm like, bro, when do I get Stance with its interviews? Better get Stripes on so we can finally hear what he sounds like, for crying out loud. Because he's just so damn silent. If you told me he's a mute, like, I would believe you. But yeah, definitely dope. Seeing especially Vicious going at it, still doing his thing. That was pretty dope. And also LCB battles are back. Those are which is basically one of my favorite 2v2 battles events out there. LCB battles, especially. We got like B-Boy Kinder collaborating with Grom. Yeah, Russia collaborating with Ukraine, which really shows something. And also, spoiler alert, day one. But it really shows something that the Russian B-Boys, they really do care. It's just that when you're from Russia, there's certain things you can't say, especially talking about what happened in Ukraine. And that's something that they had to go through, and a lot of people don't realize that. And yeah, seeing them collab was something that brings that unity in. But also there were some other dope b-boys as well, like Phil Wizard, and also especially when he was collaborating with Lee, that was nice as well. And then you got like, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of like some b-boys. Jesus Louises, as I forget. Look, pretty much I only saw the final. Okay, I'll be honest. There were some battles, but I only saw the final, so that's the only thing. Next up, like, I've been really playing this. I didn't realize it at first, but now I know. I always try to wonder, like, what's up with Shigekix? How come he doesn't have his Champion sponsor anymore? And it was kind of weird. Did he left Champion, the clothing brand? Did he left it? Because Champion has been killing it within Red Bull BC1, especially in UK and Austria, sponsored by Champions. And now the future event, which is in France, the French camp of Red Bull BC1, shout out to Red Bull for getting these sponsors. I've been wondering about that. But they also collaborated Snipes with K-Swiss, surprisingly. And also Champions. Champions has joined the party, as well. So they're really really going in within the breaking culture in Europe. But why did Shigekix left champions? What was that all about? And I'm not sure what could be the reason or anything, but like it, like there has to be something. But now I know why. It's because uh, there could be a chance that Shigekix could be sponsored by Nike, especially the amount of times he wears Nike. But I'm starting to notice that, especially when he's part of like Dance Sport Breaking, which is the league that he competes in, especially with Ami, Ise, and also, Katsuwan really setting this up. They finally collaborated with Nike, which is a big thing. And I start to notice that Nike's really going in within the breaking culture in certain areas that I never thought they would, especially making the first ever dance shoe that is not only catered for, breaking, but for dancers in general. As you see here, there is the Nike Air Sesh. That's their shoe. Nike has created the shoe specifically for dancing, for the break, for it doesn't need to be breaking or anything. It's mainly for the dancing culture. And I was like, that is so dope. And it's by the same creator that actually created or developed the Nike Jordans. So them making this shoe, I was like, yo, that's dope. That's dope. They made a shoe for the dancing culture. That has to be sick. And there's two designs. That one, which really reminds me of the old Cortez, and they also got the other one with all these graffitis in it, and also all the names and stuff like that. It looks pretty dope, and I really dig it. So yeah, Nike really killing it in the breaking community. For any b-boys and b-girls that are like huge sneakerheads that are like a fan of Nike, they lucky. They are lucky. But no, you know who else is lucky is Vans, because that's my shoe. Okay, if I choose any sneaker sponsor, it's Vans. It's Vans. It's a skateboarding shoe, and it really catered to the breaking b-boy community as well, especially collaborating with Rock Force here in the US, California's favorite crew right now. Rock Force. And it's just dope to really see that collaboration between, like, literally Rock Force, one of the b-boys was actually at the Vans HQ. It's even gonna start their event there inside the circle. So that's pretty dope to see. Has a lot of money prizes, and it's also an event that I'm really thinking of going, because that's a big deal. That's Vans breaking, and it's a free event. You can't. You gotta be kidding me. Like, I'm gonna really try to go to that event. I really do, and I only don't have enough time, but I really want to go to that event. It's in Costa Mesa. I have to drive all the way there. I don't have enough gas, and gas is not cheap here in California. But gosh, I want to go there so bad. It's freaking Vans, and it's a free event. The word free. I'm going to an event later, which is next week, it's an anime convention called Fanime. 70 $90 to get in. It has freaking restrictions through the roof. It's bull. Like, seriously. And now I'm thinking, like, should I go or should I not go? And I have to develop an excuse from my boy to be like, man, should I go or should I not? And he's probably gonna say no, because freaking spending $90 on on an event that also requires you to, like, eat all your money up, even when you go in, it's not worth it. Like, dance events, I would choose that all day more than anime conventions, even though anime is something that I'm known for, and also that is going to be my career in the future because of my main channel. It's something that I don't even think I should. Like, when it comes down to conventions and stuff like this, the amount of price and the stuff that amount that I have to, like, especially when going to these events, gas prices, the tickets and the restrictions and the fact that you probably don't go it, and the food, lunch, and everything between, like, it starts to add up. But I just can't help but feel like the Vans event is more worth it, even though I don't plan on going to the Vans inside the circle. It's really starting to get to me. It's starting to get to me to know that, I really do want to go to this event. Probably way more than Fanime in an anime convention that I planned ever since 2020. Like, ever since this whole thing, started. Like, I really was planning to go, because I went there back in 2019 and I missed it, and then I really started to think, like, it's a lot to think about. Speaking of Vans, why are they sponsored by Monster Energy? Like, I don't get it. Like, maybe it's because of the skateboarding community within, especially relationship with, but also has a good relationship with Red Bull. And why is it not sponsored by Red Bull instead of Monster Energy? Monster Energy is dope. I feel like, Monster Energy really did support the B-boy culture bigger and better, especially here in the US when it comes to the B-boy community. But for Red Bull would make sense, especially when you got I see Ives in there, when Hijack's coming, when you got especially Tahoe when he was being part of like one of the Red Bull dance events. It would make sense to be sponsored by Red Bull. And they probably sponsored it because of Gravity, I think. But I don't know what's going on. I saw Gravity at the Arizona event. He was not wearing any Vans. I guess, it's up to him. He's not restricted to wear Vans in every single event. And maybe that's not his kind of shoe. But I always see him like with the Nikes mostly. But what about Vans? Vans is the one that is like, in some cases, support. Like they gave him free ultra range. I want an ultra range Vans shoe. You kidding me? That's crazy. Like I don't know. That's something I wanted to ask Gravity about, but I'm not sure why he, like maybe of course it's up to him. It's not restricted. But if I was like in some cases working with Vans, if they give me free shoes and stuff like y'all, I'm repping them like an athlete. Then again, I'm a freaking Vans fan, because I skateboard and break. But still, it's like what? I don't know. Anyways, speaking, going back to any shoe deals out there. Hello, Logistics did something for Nike, which was Kinja's. That's when I discovered the whole Air Sash thing. I was looking at Kinja's like YouTube channel. And it's good to see Logistics break again. Even though this was basically a choreography piece for Kinja's, it kind of like that sense of high level it give. Like there's something about like I'm starting to fall in love with Kinja's again. Anyways, um, also speaking of like Red Bull, look, I'm all over the place. Red Bull, they actually had an event which was the one that I commentated, which was with in Red Bull Cypher San Diego. This one had like J Wolf and Ronan in the finals, and there was an injury that J Wolf had, and I didn't realize that like he didn't find it as a big deal, but man, that got to him. Like either he rolled his ankle or something. Like it looked pretty bad. And Ronan, shout out to him. He's a real one, especially the people behind J Wolf. Like they were supporting him when he was injured. That's a real one. That's the community, the power of it. Also got Pro Am, this other event that's gonna be happening soon. It's sponsored by iHeartRadio, which is something I didn't know. That's cool. I always picture like, man, whatever happened to our radio? They should get into the breaking community. And here it is. It's like anything I said when it comes to like, yo, one day we're gonna be sponsored by Nike. Oh, Vance is gonna be taking the pie within the breaking world. Oh, breaking is gonna be in the Olympics. It's the same thing what Zeku said when he was doing his interview. Like he believed all this thing happened. I believe the same thing. I really relate to that. And I'm not saying that because I'm a freaking Zeku fanboy, but I really do felt that because in some cases I also was like, yo, there's, breaking is going to go through a big thing in the future. And it is. It's getting bigger and bigger. And it's only going to get bigger from here. And also, they're like, we're really, really made me realize that, we're at that level is knowing that these companies, Vans, Nike, Adidas, K-Swiss, or, Red Bull, of course, and Monster Energy, just the commitment they're willing to give. Like, it's almost like the, B-boys, these B-boys and B-girls. Like, I don't know about us when it comes to, I'm speaking to the community, the B-boy community, the B-girls and itself. Like, we have this essential love and humbleness that no other sport can ever, like maybe I'm just speaking for myself because I'm biased, but it's like this humbleness that you cannot get anywhere else. My sense of humbleness came from breaking, knowing that I was appreciated. Like, oh damn, look at that Puma sponsor, we made it, stuff like that. Seeing B-boys flexing with the money they had, the bag. I see you, Tata. Like they got the bag. It made me realize, like, man, we can do this. And I'm all, like every time I see that with any B-boys and B-girls, where it's Zeku collaborating with Pitbull, where it's Tata, getting his bag, where it's that new Monster Energy sponsorship, that Vans sponsorship, that Gatorade sponsorship, the Haagen-Dazs with, like Victor, an ice cream sponsorship. It, it, it felt like I win too because I'm just happy. I'm just so proud and I just can't. I'm always stoked whenever I see that, and it's like, it's beginning to be big and bigger. It's like, we're emerging to that future point, and maybe it's just me. Maybe because I that's how much I love breaking. Because, and I'm very thankful that I love breaking. I could have just quit doing breaking because of course I got my anime stuff. I'm back to skateboarding, stuff like that. But breaking is always, it's always there. It's always there when I need it, and man, do I need it because I love it. Just to get that out of my chest. I just really want to say that. Anyways, um, yeah, back to the notes and stuff like that. We got Dizzy. Dizzy, okay. He's creating something for the Philippines, BBAP, I believe. If I was still living in the Philippines, I would go there definitely. I'll be stoked. But of course, I live here in the U.S. And also there was an incident that he said that happened last year. I'm not sure what that's about, but like, hope he's okay. Like, he has a kid. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, expect more commentaries, expect more stuff to put out. Hopefully these videos get views because they don't. They don't. Okay, my other videos get views, but these don't. But other than that, yeah, I'm out of here. I gotta record some stuff. I gotta finish my exams and whatever, and everything between. I'm busy. But yeah, I don't know who's watching this, but hopefully you see this and hopefully you comment and let me know. I'll show you love. All right, like I show love for the culture. Anyways, one love, y'all. I'll see ya, and yeah, peace.